Welcome to this session of Product Design and Value Engineering. This is our first session of Chapter 4, which is Product Analysis and Material Selection. In this chapter, we'll talk about what is product analysis, why it is needed, some tools of product analysis. Basically, there are many tools of product analysis, but the most important and most widely used are bill of materials and goes into chart, and we will discuss bill of materials and goes into chart in this course. And then in this chapter later on we will discuss material selection process and how to evaluate material based on some criterias. First of all, in this lecture we will discuss one of the tool for product analysis, which is bill of material, and we will discuss goes into a chart in the upcoming subsequent lecture. First, let us discuss what is product analysis. Now, before we go into product analysis, let us understand some aspects of product. Before any product analysis, you should ask these things to be sure about you know and understand your product. The first question is what product do? That is, what is the function of the product, why customer is asking the product, how the customer will use it, and the second question you should ask is how does it work, how the product is working, what is its functionality, what power source is there to drive the product, or a product is self sustaining or not, and all these questions. Then what does it look like? This is also an important question. Does product looks like a square, a spheroid, a sphere, or a cylindrical, and is it aesthetically appealing or not? That is most important aspect. Your product should be aesthetically appealing. So all these questions we need to ask. Also, a very important question to be asked before product analysis is who will use it. Is our customers who supposed to use products are children, or are the old age people will use it, or the young people will use it? Why we need to ask this question? Because if children will use it, then it is most probable that they will use it which is not the intended way. So we have designed a product which should be used with some specific steps, with some specific manner. But if we give that product to children, they will play with it, they will not use it as we have designed. So we need to make sure that even if the children use it however they like, it should not do any harm to children. The product should be safe even if children use it in non-intended ways. It doesn't matter if product does not function. It is okay if product does not function, if it is used in other than the intended way, but it should not harm anyone. So that is why who will use it is a important question. Also, this question answers our target audience segment. Will girls only use it, or will it is boys only product, men's only product, or it is for both the genders? Will only old age people use it, or will only young people use it? So this will help us identify the intended market also. So before product analysis we should be clear about all these questions, because after getting answers to this question only we can analyze our product. And after completing the product analysis, we should have this all this information. We should have information about material, which materials we are going to use. We should have information about processing, which processes are to be performed during the production of the product, which we should have information about economics of the product, how much the product will cost, what will be our break even, how much the material is costing us. All these ideas should be there. And aesthetic, it is also very important, how our product is looking. This is also an important criteria for product analysis. And after product analysis, we must be sure that our product is aesthetically pleasing or not. Okay, so let us now talk about the first tool of product analysis, which is bill of material. Basically, bill of material will give us the first to answer of our product analysis process, which were which materials to be used and which processes. So after analysis we should have information about material and processing, and bill of material will give exactly that. Bill of material will give us the idea about which processes are there and which materials is there. So what is a bill of material? By definition, a bill of material is record of the raw materials, sub-assemblies and supplies used to construct a product. So it is a record of all these things, raw materials, sub-assemblies and supplies which are used to construct a product. And bill of material will have details of all these. So if you say that I want to make one product, how much raw material will I need, which raw material will I need, so we can find that information from bill of material. Also you can find the information of which vendors are selling that. This is a simple example of bill of material. We will see in detail what information bill of material has. But basically bill of material will have information of raw material, assemblies, sub assemblies, etc. And it is very useful, and almost all the industries, all the manufacturing industries will use bill of materials for its product. Now what is a bill of material and how it is useful? So bill of material is useful in calculating product cost, because we have idea of all the materials and assemblies used in it. So we can calculate the cost of raw material and cost of other assemblies and sub assemblies that are used in the product, and it will helpful in calculating the product cost. Also it gives a record of parts that are to be ordered. If I want to manufacture 100 parts, 100 items of product A, then by looking at bill of material of product A, I can say that okay, this is bill of material of product A, multiply oil this by 100, and I will have the parts that need to be ordered. And then bill of material is very important in MRP. You have already studied MRP, and at that time also you have studied bill of material and how it is important, so we are not discussing that again here. But just to revise that, MRP is material requirement planning, which gives an idea of which materials are to be used and where to when to order them. And bill of material is helpful in this planning system. Now bill of material can be of two type: a single level bill of material or a multi-level bill of material. Single level bill of material is simplest of them, and multi-level bill of materials will have some assemblies and sub assemblies. We will see both of these with example. For now, which information bill of material will have? So bill of material will have the following information, and many times more than that. Remember that all bill of material need not to have all this information. uh, each manufacturing organization, each company custom made its own bill of material. So bill of material will differ from organization to organization, but basically it will have this data. The data, which data? It will have a product code for which we are manufacturing or which we are making bill of material. Then it will have a description of product, it will have mechanical characteristics of product, it will have vendor's name. because it will also give you idea about from whom to order. Bill of material also gives you idea about from whom to order. Oh, it will have length, size, weight of the materials. It will have test result if applicable. If we are talking about if we are ordering say steel rods and we want to find out its tensile strength, then we ask our vendor to run tensile test on steel rod and give test result also. So it will there have that results also. It will have estimated all actual yield if applicable. That is also depends if we want it or not and which type of function we are talking about. And it will have information of further processing if applicable. So if I am ordering say a steel bar which is soft, which is a steel bar from rolling mill, and I want a hard surface finish. So after purchasing that steel bar, what I need to do is I need to uh, make a hardness process on it. I need to heat treat it for increasing its hardness. I need to either uh, carbonize it or nitriding. I need to do nitriding process. Basically I need to do surface hardening process, and this information will be given in the bill of material itself. Now, which information is useful for us from the bill of material? अगर let's say we have a bill of material, then what we can derive from bill of material? From bill of material we can identify what to order, because it gives us parts, different parts of uh, product. So we can know that what to order, at which price to order, because bill of material will also have price of different parts. So we know that what should be the price, from where to order. Bill of material have vendor's name, so we know whom to give the order. How much inventory will be needed. Bill of material has size, length, weight, etc. So we know that how much inventory will be needed once the product is there. Then what to inspect, and there will be test result or estimated yield or and all this data. So bill of material will give us idea about what should be inspected, and what to do next will also be generated from bill of material, because if there will be any further processing required, then bill of material have that data. So in this way bill of material is important. Now let us look at a single level bill of material. A single level bill of material is for a simple assembly where there is only one level of assembly, and this single level signifies only one level of assembly. For motor engine, this is a very simple bill of material which has a GPS microcontroller and a USB connector, and both of these need to be assembled together. So this is for single level bill of material. Now note that apart from this part and part code and the quantity and detail of different parts, it will have the bill of material of product, for which product this bill of material is applicable. This bill of material is for motor engine, and the name of assembly is motor 0025, and assembly revision all is also given. So the design number or design revision is also there, the total number of part is there, and all these additional information will be there in bill of material. For multi-level bill of material, there will be different levels of bill of material items which are to be assembled in different level of assembly. Basically this multi-level shows the level of assembly. The higher the level, the higher the assembly level. So first of all we need to assemble all these level 4 parts which will make a level 3 assembly. Then we assemble all these level 3 parts and assemblies which will make a level 2 assembly. Then we assemble all these level 2 parts assemblies which will make a level 1 assembly, and after we assemble these level 1 assemblies and parts, we have a complete product which will be level 0. So this is what a multi-level bill of material means. Other than that, all the data's part number, part name, revision, quantity, it will be same. The procurement type, MTS or OTS, this basically shows the type of procurement, how we are procuring this material. MTS means made to specification and OTS means off the shelf. So made to specification, what do we mean by made to specification? By this we mean that the material or the part we need to produce is not available directly in the market, or it is not a standard product. We need to do some processing in our organization to make this part. So these parts are made to specifications specially for us, and off the shelf parts are the parts which are standard. Screw, nut bolt, the ready made assemblies are all the off the shelf parts, and it can be easily available in the market. So this is what we mean by made to specification and off the shelf part. Okay, I hope this is clear. So now, what are the advantages of bill of material? So bill of material, as we have discussed, provides a centralized and accurate record of information. Suppose you are manufacturing 100 parts in an organization, 100 product in a company, and you want to keep a record of which parts are there and which parts are to be ordered, which part need to be ordered from which vendor supplies which part. So for 100 product you will have thousands of part, and all those record can be found in this bill of material. Also it helps to control the inventory levels, because if you are ordering thousands of parts, which parts is required in how much quantity, that will be controlled by bill of material. Then it will also help in reducing obsolete part. The parts which are not currently used or which are out of dated, these parts can be reduced and easily controlled with the help of bill of material, because we are reducing excessive inventories. So we are reducing risk of parts being obsolete. Then it will also help us in controlling and reducing manufacturing cost. How it will do so? Because with bill of materials we have cost data of each and every part, and we can easily look at cost data and identify which is the most costliest part, and we can find out alternate for that. So it will help us reducing manufacturing cost. Also it helps in changes in production. We can change our production quickly. Why? Because once we have changed our design, we will update our bill of material, and if we have updated bill of material, we can easily manufacture these parts, or we can easily order this part without any delay. So it will be helpful in changes in production. Also it will give us what if capabilities. What do we mean by what if capabilities? Suppose I want to find out that what if I change one material of part with another material, what will be the effect on cost? So I can simply look at bill of material. Say say I want to change LCD in this GPS system. So if I want to find out that I don't want to use this LCD, instead of that I want to use some other another LCD. So what will be the effect on cost? So I can easily calculate that with the help of bill of material, because I will have all the other parts information here only. I just need to change this data. Also, if a customer specifically requests that instead of black and white LCD, he wants a color LCD. So we can easily update this data and give him quotation that okay, if you want color LCD, then these changes will be there in the cost. So this is how bill of material helps in what if capabilities. This will be all for this session. We'll see you in the next session.